Ladies and gentlemen, warning, on this Sunday a deadly shift will come, not a shift in the weather, not a shift in the government, but a shift inside you. If you are not prepared, it will destroy you completely. The deadly shift is not something that happens in the sky or in the streets. It is something that happens inside of you. People often prepare for the storms they can see, the disasters they can predict, the events that make headlines, but they forget that the most destructive storms are silent. They brew in the mind, they stir in the heart, and they shake the spirit. An external shift might damage your surroundings, but an internal shift can completely dismantle who you are from the inside out. It is invisible to others, yet it changes the way you see the world, the way you act, and the way you respond to challenges. This shift can happen in a single moment, perhaps triggered by disappointment, betrayal, sudden loss, or a challenge that overwhelms your current ability to cope. It is deadly because it doesn't just attack what you have. It attacks what you believe in, what you stand for, and what you think is possible for yourself. When this shift occurs, you may feel paralyzed, unsure, and lost, even though nothing visible has changed in the outside world. This is why so many people fail to understand it until it is too late. They try to fix what is around them without addressing what is happening within. External tools, comforts, or reassurances cannot protect you from it. The only defense against it is a mind that has been trained to adapt, a heart that has learned to endure, and a spirit that refuses to collapse. If you are not prepared internally, this shift can push you into fear, self-doubt, and resignation. It can strip away your ability to act, even when the path forward is clear. It can make you sabotage your own opportunities, destroy your own relationships, and abandon your own goals. But if you are aware that this shift is possible and inevitable, you can train for it the same way a warrior trains for battle, through discipline, self-awareness, and a relentless commitment to growth. Preparation means building mental strength to face discomfort, developing emotional resilience to handle uncertainty, and nurturing the inner clarity to choose action over paralysis. The deadly shift is not about the world turning against you. It is about your own mind turning against itself. If you control your inner state, the outer world loses its power to break you. That is why the greatest battles are fought in silence, and the greatest victories are invisible. True preparation is not about gathering more resources, securing backup plans, or surrounding yourself with comforts. It is about building the kind of inner strength that no storm can destroy. Many people spend their lives preparing for the wrong battles. They invest in what can be taken away, money, possessions, positions, while neglecting the one thing that determines whether they survive the trials ahead, the state of their mind and heart. Inner strength is the foundation on which all true readiness is built. It is the ability to remain calm when everything around you is falling apart, the discipline to act when fear is trying to freeze you, and the clarity to make wise decisions when emotions threaten to cloud your judgment. Without this, no amount of external security will save you. External preparation can fail in an instant. Plans collapse, technology breaks, people leave. But inner preparation stands no matter what changes. It is forged in the quiet moments when no one is watching, in the small daily choices to challenge yourself, to push beyond comfort, to face your fears instead of avoiding them. Inner strength grows when you deliberately place yourself in situations that test your patience, your focus, and your willpower. It is not about avoiding struggle. It is about learning to walk through it with steady steps. True preparation means you are not relying on the conditions to be perfect. You are relying on yourself to adapt when they are not. When you have inner strength, you can lose everything material and still find a way to rebuild, because your greatest resource is you. It allows you to endure pressure without breaking, to maintain dignity when faced with humiliation, and to hold on to hope when the path ahead is dark. It is the quiet confidence that says, no matter what comes, I will not be defeated. This kind of preparation cannot be bought or borrowed. It must be earned through consistent practice and self-discipline. You build it in the way you think, the way you speak to yourself, and the way you respond to setbacks. It is in the habit of keeping your word to yourself, in the resilience you develop from getting up one more time than you fall, and in the wisdom you gain from facing challenges head on. True preparation is not measured by what you have stored away, but by the strength of the person you have become. When the moment of testing comes, it is not the tools in your hand that will save you, but the strength in your heart and the control in your mind. Life's tests do not send a warning before they arrive. They appear suddenly, often when you least expect them, and usually when you feel the least prepared. These tests can take many forms: a sudden loss, a betrayal, a financial crisis, an opportunity that requires immediate action, or a challenge that forces you to step far beyond your comfort zone. They do not come according to your schedule or your convenience. They do not wait until you feel strong enough, skilled enough, or ready enough to face them. They appear without permission, without explanation, and without a pause button. This is why so many people are caught off guard and overwhelmed. They live as if tomorrow is guaranteed, as if they will have time to prepare when the moment comes. But the truth is that the moment comes without notice. When you understand this, you realize that preparation is not an event you do once. It is a way of living. You train every day for the challenges you cannot yet see. You strengthen your mind, sharpen your skills, and discipline your habits, so that when life decides to test you, you do not freeze, panic, or collapse. These unannounced tests are not designed to destroy you, but to reveal who you truly are in the moment of pressure. They strip away the masks and expose your real level of discipline, resilience, and courage. If you have been living in comfort, avoiding difficulty, and convincing yourself you will rise when the time comes, you may find that the time comes and you do not rise at all. But if you have been living with intention, challenging yourself daily, and embracing discomfort as a teacher, then even when the test arrives suddenly, you will have the inner readiness to face it. Life's tests are like surprise examinations that reveal whether you have been paying attention to the lessons hidden in your everyday experiences. Every setback, every small frustration, every minor challenge you overcome is a form of training for the larger trials ahead. The danger is not that the tests come without warning, but that you have not built yourself into the kind of person who can handle them. That is why the mindset of preparation must be constant, not seasonal. You live ready not because you expect bad things to happen every day, but because you respect the truth that life is unpredictable and that strength must be cultivated before it is required. When the unannounced test arrives, there is no time to rehearse, no time to build character, no time to learn resilience from scratch. You will rely entirely on what you have already built within yourself through your daily actions, your discipline, and your willingness to face challenges before they force themselves upon you. When life places you under pressure, it strips away the surface layers and reveals the core of who you truly are. In these moments, your titles, possessions, and rehearsed words no longer matter. What matters is the way you act, think, and decide when everything is on the line. Pressure has a way of magnifying your habits and exposing your level of discipline. If you have trained your mind to stay calm, your thoughts will remain clear and your actions deliberate. But if you have allowed fear and doubt to take root, they will take control of you when the heat rises. Many people believe their character is defined by what they intend to do or what they say in calm situations, but true character is revealed only when comfort is removed and the outcome is uncertain. Under pressure, you do not rise to the level of your hopes, you fall to the level of your training. This is why preparation is so vital, so that when the storm arrives, your actions reflect strength rather than weakness. The way you respond in those decisive moments determines not only the result of the situation, but also the person you become afterward. Panic can cause you to make choices you regret for years, while composure can guide you to solutions that change the course of your life. Responding under pressure is not about pretending the situation is easy. It is about facing it with focus and self-control. It is the art of moving forward one step at a time even when the weight feels unbearable. This ability is not developed in the moment itself, but in the countless small challenges you have faced before. Every time you control your temper, keep your word, or choose discipline over comfort, you are training for the moment when life tests you without mercy. Your response under pressure also influences how others see you. Leaders are not defined by their titles, but by their ability to guide others through chaos with steadiness. Friends and family will remember how you carried yourself in the hard times more than in the easy ones. In the end, pressure is not the enemy. It is the mirror that shows you exactly where you stand in your personal growth. If you respond with fear, avoidance, or anger, it reveals that there is still inner work to be done. If you respond with patience, clarity, and determination, it shows that you have built a foundation strong enough to hold, no matter how heavy the weight becomes. Life will always find ways to test you, but it is your response in those high-pressure moments that writes the story others will tell about you and the story you will tell yourself. Every day is training, whether you realize it or not. From the moment you wake up, life presents you with choices, challenges, and opportunities that shape your strength, your mindset, and your character. The way you handle small situations is the rehearsal for how you will handle the big ones. Every time you choose to push through discomfort, to stay patient when frustration rises, to focus when distractions try to pull you away, you are conditioning yourself for the moments when life will truly test you. Many people believe that training is something formal, something you do in a gym, a class, or a specific practice, but the truth is that your training ground is the life you live daily. Your attitude toward work, the way you speak to others, the habits you choose to repeat, all of it becomes part of your preparation. If you waste your days in laziness, negativity, and avoidance, you are training yourself to be weak in the face of adversity. If you fill your days with discipline, learning, and conscious action, you are training yourself to be strong when it matters most. This truth is both empowering and dangerous because it means that every small choice is either building you or breaking you. There is no neutral ground. You are either moving closer to strength or closer to weakness. Even the mundane tasks, the ones you think have no meaning, are opportunities to practice patience, focus, and excellence. The person who takes pride in doing small things well will naturally carry that standard into the bigger challenges. On the other hand, the person who allows carelessness in small matters will crumble when the demands are greater. Every conversation is training in communication. Every frustration is training in emotional control. Every failure is training in resilience. The difference between those who rise in the face of crisis and those who collapse is not found in the crisis itself, but in the days and years before it, in the way they trained themselves to think, act, and endure. If you treat every day as training, you stop wasting time waiting for the right moment to start. You understand that life is the right moment. You begin to see problems not as interruptions, but as lessons. You stop taking the easy route because you know the easy route makes you soft. You start to value discomfort because discomfort is where growth happens. Training is not about perfection. It is about consistency. You will not win every small battle, but you must show up for them every day. Over time, this daily training shapes you into someone who is ready for whatever comes, not because you planned for every scenario, but because you have become the kind of person who can adapt, endure, and act decisively no matter what is placed in front of you. The shift will reveal your truth because when life changes suddenly and pressure closes in, there is no longer space to hide behind appearances, excuses, or the version of yourself you present to the world. It strips away the comfort that allows you to pretend and exposes the reality of your mindset, your discipline, and your inner strength. In normal circumstances, you can control the narrative about who you are. You can talk about your values, your resilience, and your determination, but words carry no weight when the storm arrives. The shift is the moment when action is the only language that matters. It will show you whether you truly believe in the principles you claim to live by, or whether they were just ideas that sounded good in conversation. This kind of truth is often uncomfortable because it does not care about your intentions. It cares only about what you actually do when tested. The shift can come in many forms: sudden loss, betrayal, opportunity, or change, and it will not ask if you are ready. It will simply happen, and in that moment, your response will be the reflection of your preparation. If you have built yourself through discipline, patience, and self-awareness, your truth will be one of strength and clarity. If you have neglected your inner growth, your truth may reveal fear, hesitation, or surrender. This is not meant to shame but to awaken, because once you see your truth, you can no longer ignore it. The shift becomes a mirror, one that does not distort, but shows you exactly where you stand. Some people fear this because it threatens the image they have carefully constructed, but those who embrace growth see it as an opportunity. When the shift reveals weakness, it is a chance to rebuild stronger. When it reveals strength, it is a confirmation that the work they have done was worth it. The truth that is revealed is not just for others to see, it is for you to see yourself without illusion. It teaches you whether you are living in alignment with your values or simply speaking them into existence. It shows you if your confidence is genuine or if it crumbles under pressure. It proves whether your discipline is solid or fragile. This revelation is powerful because it removes the gap between who you think you are and who you actually are. The shift does not create this truth, it only exposes it. What you see in that moment will be the result of every choice, every habit, and every thought you have nurtured over time. It will not be shaped by luck or circumstance, but by the work you have, or have not, done on yourself long before the shift arrived.